Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode on No, but seriously, let me explain. Hosted by the beautiful, intelligent Earth Angel Lala Davi. This podcast was designed to provide detailed business advice, next level resources, personal credit tips, and relatable relationship knowledge. Be sure to bookmark this page and subscribe because we wouldn't want you to miss any valuable content. And if you're struggling with poor credit, don't even worry about it. Just text Help My Credit to 507-400-3426. That's 507-400-3426. We have live agents standing by to cater to all your service requests. And now that that's out the way, let's make room for what the host has to say. La Davi, do your thing, girl.
What's up? Welcome to No, but seriously, let me explain. The phenomenal podcast series that will keep you fully engaged with all of the tips and tricks that you need in order to be successful while giving you lots and lots of flavor. I am your host, Lala Davi, and today we will be discussing toxic traits. Are you giving out levels of toxicity that has been normalized by society? No, but seriously, let me explain. What traits do you possess that make you a magnet for toxic people? And how do you identify with your own levels of toxicity? Toxicity is something that can only be described as an interaction. Let's take jealousy as a prime example. The toxic trait has been normalized by society, and a lot of us don't even realize this. And I'm not even just talking about relationships. I'm talking about in recent discussions, people that has been jealous, they've been jealous over people's looks and how others present themselves. Say, for instance, you see a beautiful girl online. This can happen in men too, but if a female was to post a picture of herself on social media, you'll always find comments like, oh, she doing it for the gram, or you'll hear somebody saying, oh, you thirst trapping, just looking for attention, or give it up for that girl that got her body done. Whatever is shade. However you chop it up is shade in a sense. Like, why can't you just be happy for someone else? Instead of throwing shade at someone for having a good body or having a man on their arms, having good friends around them constantly, having money in the bank and bragging about it or whatever. Why can't we just be happy for these people naturally? Why do we want to go and destroy their happiness at any level or just by throwing any piece of shade out there? Jealousy is very toxic and it's destructive to you and to others whenever you act upon it. Like, it's often looked at as being normal, so people don't think about it. So they tend to brush it off. And when we see posts or hear statements like the ones I just mentioned, that jealousy, it tends to stem from a deeper sense of personal issues and insecurities that somebody might have. And we've seemed to forgot this. Is unhealthy and even worse because in some cases, this affects people as a whole, like because you have these jealous and toxic traits. And no, I am not shaming anyone that have insecurities because society definitely has some within itself, but society needs to stop normalizing those jealous traits, even as far as to glamorizing those jealousy traits. Instead, you can see it for what it really is. It's an actual problem and not a damn joke. I believe that everyone has toxic tendencies. However, some people, they will never own up to none of their wrongs. And that's just a bit narcissistic, of course. But there are a few traits that are toxic. And I'll go ahead and mention some of those traits that can resemble toxicity, like manipulation. To manipulate a person, that's a form of toxicity within itself. Like, I don't even need to give an example of manipulation because you know what it is. Negativity is often a it goes unnoticed to me, but it's a definite toxic trait within itself. Because if you're negative all the time, that's just toxic steam just flaring up. Like all you see is toxicity coming out of that negative comment or negative reaction. And some of us use negativity as a way of coping just to protect ourselves from taking risks. But when negativity takes over your life, and it's hard to appreciate anything, you're pessimistic all the time, talking about, oh, that ain't gonna work. Oh, you can't do that. Of course, we have all had bad days. I know this. But when you start expecting bad things to happen, the higher your chances are of playing the blame game rather than accepting a situation as it is becomes a little bit more harder and more challenging to deal with. I feel it's important to be cautious of this type of energy that you give off. You have to really ask yourself, do I have a negative outlook on life? Am I always approaching situations with a negative perspective? Like, ask yourself these questions and really dive deep into answering them. You got to start taking responsibility. That goes down to my next highlight. When you don't take responsibility, you always avoiding the responsibility. This is a very common toxic trait. You have high self-awareness and emotional maturity. That means that you're able to know when you're right and when you're wrong, or where you could improve, rather than just being out there hurting someone. You know that it's always the other person. So you tend to, oh yeah, it's their fault. They did this. They did that. Instead, take your responsibility and eat that. Avoiding responsibility goes hand in hand with not apologizing. Taking responsibility, it often requires an apology. However, it's important to take note that a good apology is a sincere apology. Sometimes I'm sorry isn't good enough. Many people need to see the action behind an apology as sorry in like an improved behavior, so to speak. Like, show me that your behavior has improved. Like, that's how you can apologize to me. And then another toxic trait is gaslighting or being judgmental. Like, I feel like being judgmental means that you make others feel heard and listened to, and you seek to understand someone rather than coming from a critical point of view. And then if you're finding judgmental words towards others, then it's important to make sure that you're taking note that it's coming from being judgmental towards yourself. And then you need to do some self-reflecting. At that point, try to reflect on what triggers you. You need to see these triggers and see how they're similar to how you're judging others. It takes a great sense of self-awareness to recognize that you're being judgmental. And I've even seen toxic traits in parents. Yes, these lovely motherfuckers have them too, so don't let them fool you. We love you guys to death, but telling us to shut the fuck up and stop crying, that's weak, is a bit of pain within itself. Like, that can be damaging as a child. Not allowing us the ability to express our emotions early on, and then as an adult, we've become pre-programmed to how to keep these emotions shielded because we was never taught that we had a safe place to reveal them while we was growing up. And that's toxic within itself, not to mention the direct put downs or saying things like, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for doing that. Like, dang, you just, what I do. And then they have certain parents that tell their kids, oh, you being retarded and you'll never be able to be successful as your parents was, or you was a crack baby. You're damaged goods. You're not going to be anything. All this have been allowed because there are elders. And then there's even times where they have withheld love, not expressing it at all, giving others love but you, and not showing it in a way can be very damaging to a child. So much to the point where you can't even fathom that child's level of disgust. Today, We have a couple of special invited guests, Destiny, the poet and author, and J. Ken, the voiceover actor and production manager, that will be chiming in with me today. J. Ken, if you can, just give us a little bit of information about you and where we can find you.
All right, this is J. Ken Ward, the guy that you actually hear introducing this intro to this show. And props to Lala Davi for giving a brother a chance with that. Do a little bit of gaming. Might start a gaming online streaming service soon. And yeah, currently just do a little bit of spoken word poetry here and there by the name of Da Vinci Brown. So, a couple things going on. People might see me a little bit in 2023, working on some things. So, that's me.
And tell us how we can find you.
I'm on Facebook, J. Ken Ward, Ken Ward. You just do a search in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm probably the only one with that username, so there's that. And the Da Vinci Brown on Instagram.
And for my girl, Destiny, if you can, just give us a little brief information about you and how we can find you.
Yeah, my Destiny. You can find me on Instagram. I am Destiny. And I'm upcoming poetry. And I have an upcoming book coming out soon.
Look at ya. So, in all seriousness, have you ever heard of anyone been in a toxic situation and still trying to get their bag and make it happen while being in a toxic relationship because they want to make sure that that breakup is safe, or knowing that they will be able to keep all their money in the long run when they do break up with this person?
Like, if your priority is your bag, then that's what you need to be focused on. Relationships shouldn't even be on the table.
Thanks.
Period. Now, when we saying we want to leave a person and it's a toxic relationship, how do you get out of that? I always believe that when you get into a relationship with a person, first, you have to be friends with them. I think we forgot about that. Just dating, getting to know a person. We just skip that step these days in time and just jump into a relationship and don't even know the person.
Amen.
People will reveal who they are. So if you meet a person, like, I'm very upfront, so a lot of guys get intimidated by me because I'm straight to the point. I don't have time to play. But as a female, when we are like that, men are intimidated by us, and they might think that we are trying to play games with them, or we're a gold digger, or whatever other storyline they want to come up with. Because that's what men choose to feel. And it's okay, because we would think the same thing. If a man was too upfront with us, we would think that it was too good to be true, and that's what happens in a lot of relationships. I feel like the relationships, a lot of people want you to be fake, and they can adjust to that being real. And the flags already. So it's like, obviously you was toxic too. Always want to put it on the next person. But what did you do for that person to be that toxic? You've seen it coming a mile away.
Right.
You calling your phone too much. Come on now. He popping up at your job. She popping up at your job. She calling you too much. They stop their life just for you. That's signs right there. Now, we got a list. But I'm just saying, I just look at it like, yeah, people are not toxic in the beginning. It takes a situation to make them like that. That's why when he's breaking up with a person, you consider them toxic because you can't get away from them. It was a situation that occurred. We just got to be accountable for the whole situation, for the relationship from the beginning.
I feel like men and women like toxicity in their life to some degree.
I might do that, but here's the thing, though. It's always appreciated at the beginning. It's always appreciated at the beginning.
Right.
Women be like, I never
agree.
It's usually like,
he love me.
Yeah, it's lovey-dovey. It's all
He just did that cupping.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm all about cupping season, holding hands, and all that stuff. Be there if need be. I'm all about that, but I ain't gonna front that the part about me that is a little bit, but how I say dating lazy. That's my issue too. Like, I'll start out that way, and then after a while, I'm like, eh.
Oh, you're not consistent. So once you get the cookies, you're not consistent no more.
No, it's not even about the cookies. I'll be consistent even after the cookies. It's about other stuff. Like, when I start seeing the cracks in a relationship, when things start going wrong, that's when it's tough for me to be consistent. Because now I'm like, when am I being consistent for? I don't know if she's invested. I don't know what's going on here, and shit like that. So if they're consistent, I'm consistent. But if I see inconsistencies within them, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be inconsistent. I match that energy. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to, but I didn't. Like, my pride wouldn't let me do it. Yeah. I never forget. I broke up with his sister, and I was still feeling her. Like I was still like, why she move on? Or what's going on? Like I was still in love with her, and I was just happy to be driving past her neighborhood one day, and I was like, you know what? I should pull up, see somebody at her crib, like just to see what the fuck going on.
That's how it started.
And exactly, that's what I said to myself. I said, hold up, bro, this is how it started. Keep driving. Keep fucking driving.
You're too cool for this shit.
Look. I'm Da Vinci motherfucking Brian. I'm too cool for this shit. I gotta keep driving. Yeah, I had to talk to myself third person. I had a personal come to Jesus moment real quick.
Yep.
I couldn't do it. But I was close though. I was one turn away from being that dude. So yeah.
Yeah.
This dude could like get me so whipped I would say and do dumb shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, I fuck around and attract somebody who tried to do the right thing. And I'd be like, but a leper though. Like fuck. Like fuck. How did I get it?
I love her. How did I get it?
Toxic ass shit. Right. I mean, it's like Tupac said. He's starting for love. I feel he a Gemini too. So me and Tupac are the same shit. We go from thugging 1 minute to that's my baby right there. Hold on, fellas. I'll holler at y'all later. Get the fuck out. My baby going through. Yeah.
Yeah. See.
So yeah, I don't make that request anymore. I learned the hard way once or twice. Like, I don't want to do that no more.
Yeah, you should not. You'd be surprised. It would bite you. Mm-hmm.
It can. It really can.
Everybody got two sides. Social media and real life.
And you know what? I don't want no parts of it. with a woman like that, I don't want no parts of it. Because I feel like she would be the type to, like, if we got in a situation, I would be viral and shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, she would bring that shit to the table and I might even screenshot and shit. And, nah, I ain't trying to do all that. Let's be discreet with it. How about talk to me as opposed to complete strangers who are going to clown you behind your back anyway for their own entertainment?
So I was looking at it as when a female do that, they just craving for attention.
Thank you. That's another thing that's a big turn off. Mm-hmm. Like, ugh, you ain't over this shit yet? You ain't grown up? You need attention from people, like complete strangers? So, okay. Mm-hmm. I don't need nobody validating me. I don't know, maybe something wrong with me.
No, it's nothing wrong with you. You are who you are. You stand on your toes. And that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. But you would like for your woman to do that, though.
Like my woman to do what?
To validate you. And to cater to you.
What man don't want that, though? I think every man wants to be validated and catered to.
Yeah. And every woman, too.
Yeah, probably not. I ain't gonna worry about it.
No, females like that. And I say, I'm telling on myself. But I used to be like that, too. I have different dudes in my DM. I'm not really a social media person like I used to. But I used to get that attention. It just goes to their head. And 9 out of 10 times, they just, every day is something different. It's that attention. The insecure. And really, honestly, most of them is insecure. That's another topic. And not stepping toes on nobody, because it's your body. You can do what you want to do. But if you're constantly making twerk videos, for what?
You know what?
That's all she got to offer.
But I swear to God, only a woman can call another woman out on that. Because if a man says that, he a misogynist, he don't know what he want, he insecure, he blah, blah, all this other shit. But yes, what you just said, you crack the code to what a lot of dudes be thinking. When I see women who have nothing to offer but ass, that's not sexy. I'm thinking to myself, she's mad, insecure, she's looking for something, and whatever that something is, I'm good. You keep. I don't want that. That's fine. I get it. If you exotic dancer, if you have a brand, if your brand is sectionist, that's one thing. That's you getting the bag. I ain't never gonna be mad at a woman getting the bag. But if you don't have no brand, you ain't selling no products, you ain't an exotic dancer, I can't come see you. That's just what you do because it's Thursday.
Right.
It's Thursday. It's Tuesday too.
Yeah.
Right.
That means you're looking for attention. You're looking for validation. You're looking for something. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So
I agree. Or unless you, and like you said, if you do have any kind of brand, and if you're trying to lure potential customers, and that's what you had to do, once you get them, how you gonna keep them? Because they're gonna be looking for that twerking while you selling the product. Like realistic. I'm not on the gram doing that. I'm out and about. So if my friends happen to catch me doing that and they put me out there, it is what it is. It's just like we partying. That's a different scenario. But if I'm on my particular page or no. That's off attention. That's attention seeker.
Exactly. I think dudes are used to seeing that with women party though. Like we're used to that. Like you out somewhere partying, you see women twerking with her friends or whatever. That's just normal. That ain't nothing to really trip about. Like I see it all the time. You ain't gonna stop a sister with a nice ass from twerking. That's just not gonna fucking happen.
So yeah, twerking has been known to be a form of expression in a sense. While people, they tend to express it as a way to show that they're happy, or others, they might express it as a way to show that they're just entertaining. They entertaining, giving out a little rumdaro, a little shingdarink, just a little something for the gram, of course. Who knows what it's for? It's not wrong to think that it's not for you, because that's you. You feel your own way and you're entitled to feeling that particular way. However, they're entitled to feeling and doing something a totally different way that's totally outside of your views and your objections. I think it's wrong to think that your personal opinion should have any influence on what other people do. You may not understand why people are out there twerking, and that's okay. But I don't understand why people out there drinking straight liquor. Like, to me, it tastes like a garbage can and it burns. But I'm not out here trying to dissect the reason as to why that is happening. So I wouldn't let any of anybody else's toxic ways or negative reactions affect you in any type of way. So with that said, we have to break to a short commercial break paid for by our lovely sponsors. So don't go anywhere after this message. We will be right back.
Yeah, what up, ATL? Look, you ballin', you bad and bougie with bad credit. That's most of y'all. Well, look, man, that's why y'all need to call my people at Exchange Credit Repair. That's right, Exchange Credit Repair will help you squad them inquiries, get rid of them collections, and bankruptcy. They'll even take child support off. I didn't even know they put child support on credit. Woo-wee! And boost your credit score. Let's get that credit score where you want so you can go get what you want. And if you mention Street 945, you get a 35% discount. Hein? So call my people right now at 678-420-5553, 678-420-5553, or visit my people at exchangecreditrepair.info. Exchange Credit Repair is a credit counseling business with experienced credit repair experts standing by to assist you right now. When I made this deal with them, I say, look here, you ain't got to pay me for the commercial. Just put my credit score where I want so I can go get what I want. When I went to them, they treated me like family. My privacy was all the way respected. They quick to fight for a client's right with the Bureau of Credit, creditors, and debt collectors. Conveniently located at 1 West Court Square Indicator. Tell them shout sent you.
What are you doing to fix your toxic traits? Are you focusing your energy on impacting someone else's life around you and impacting the environment that you're in? You want to make sure that everything you come in contact with is becoming better just because you touched it. And you're making places better just because you was there. You want to make people's lives better because you was a part of it. You want to make this world a better place because you was in it. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you want to make sure that you're making humanity better in us all. Like, because you even existed. Making your life mean something is important. And someone, whether or not you may know it or not, there's someone out there that's looking and searching for a way to make their lives better. You're already in a position now to be a better person. So let's be better and let's do better. Don't only try to take all you can get. Don't try to worry so intensely over whether you're satisfied or not. Don't try to overpush yourself towards the impossible. You want to do whatever you can to whatever benefit that you can. Don't look for whatever advantages you can find in everything that you see. Don't look for or come up in every person that you encounter. Don't go on a mission in search of happiness, finding self-fulfillment somewhere, because doing so will drain you and deplete you and everyone around you. As we have come to the end of the show, I really hope that you have enjoyed this episode. I want to give a special thanks to the invited guests, Jay Ken, as well as Destiny, that came out and represented for us. I also want to give a big thanks to all of my lovely listeners. You guys are so incredible. Don't hesitate to leave any comments or any questions that you might have on goaxlala.com. The floor is always yours. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. You don't want to miss out on any new content coming your way. I would like to give you all much love and give a big thanks for tuning into No, but seriously, let me explain. I am your host, Lala Dive, the one with all the sauce. I will see you next week with more show for you. Until then, stay bold, beautiful, and brilliant. Love ya.